Bam. We are going. We are going. Can I hear?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
All right.
We can hear. Look, we can see
You
us.
look good?
Yeah.
Ah.
See all those people? We don't see it. This is weird for us because
Yeah.
we're not talking to
Episode
anybody really, but we're
1.
talking to everybody. We feel a little naked. It's like you're an eye of the world viewing us. Are you looking? You're spying on us. So we know you're. Well, not really, because we know they're there, right? We hope. We hope.
Yeah,
you're there.
we hope you're watching.
Yeah. Whatever. Even if it's one of you, that's still people.
Score.
Yeah, they're still spying on us. Yeah. You don't have to look at them. They're like voyeurs to our little thing here. So yeah, if you're tuning in, this is the Soul Mech podcast. We are episode 1. Really excited.
Episode 1.
Yep. Coming live, not live, not live. Because we're recording. But yes, it's from paradise itself, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Our studio in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah. Downtown, it's paradise. It's just been a nice day,
Yeah, it was a really nice day. Kind of hot, some wind.
Yeah, it's, I mean.
What can I complain about, right?
Yeah. Went for pad thai,
Had some wings.
had some wings. Just so you know, my name is DJ Mana. Some of you know this already. This is my partner in crime,
Trish-A. You can call me Trish.
Yes. We're really excited to have episode 1. I don't know what we're talking about. We do. We're just going to talk about all kinds of stuff, but really we want to, our main goal is to provide you with value, Today's episode, we call it the Manifesto. The Manifesto. Actually, can you look at that? What is a manifesto? Actually, can you go on Wikipedia?
Sure.
Wiki.
Oops.
Yeah.
You have all my school stuff.
Today we're just kind of giving you, a statement of purpose, I suppose. Not to be too formal. This is a podcast. We're just gonna ramble on sometimes, but we do have some talking points. We will try to. Yes, we want to. Walk out of here with something. Something of value. We'll tell you what it is. Or we hope you get some value out of this. But we're gonna give you a little bit of a bio of ourselves. So you know who we are and what we're really trying to do. There's a lot of podcasts out there, but hey, listen, there's also a lot of books. People write books. It's how we record the history.
We connect.
Yeah,
it's how we connect.
Yeah.
Today we have the internet and we can instantly connect with everyone. And so this is one way of connecting with the world. So we don't have to write a book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the spoken word now can be almost as powerful as what the Gutenberg printing press did before. It allowed you to sort of immortalize your ideas.
Yeah, we have our digital footprint now.
Yeah.
Instead of the printing it out, we have our digital footprint.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So today is our manifesto. What is a manifesto, by the way? Manifesto is a published declaration of the intentions, motives, or views of the issuer, be it an individual, group, political party, or government, whatever. Just take it lightly. Take it with a grain of salt. We're just a bunch of ordinary Joes here. Everybody has an agenda. We're just trying to, go along our daily lives. So we got lives too. We got jobs. We got kids. We're not the experts at everything. We just want to, make you laugh at the very least. Entertain you. But, we got some Easter eggs too, So today, really, we're just going to talk about, what we want to do, the manifesto, our statement of purpose, really. And it's kind of an informal, conversational way. But just to let you know, our podcast, we try to do something more than just sitting here like talking heads, like you see right now. We're not just going to be talking heads for 3 hours, maybe 2.
We could go to 2.
We can go
honestly.
We can just sit here quietly. But we're going to do stuff. Okay? And we're going to go off on tangents, but we kind of, we'll focus back. What was I saying?
A manifesto.
Manifesto, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but aside from us just being talking heads, we have little inserts, like we do little pieces in the field. We edit it together just for, just to break the monotony a little bit. Some of those things can be just entertaining, kind of, historical, anything really. We're mostly a sort of multidisciplinary sort of approach to sort of giving you a companion for lifelong learning. We really encourage lifelong learning, self-improvement, and a positive outlook. So we do have a lot of topics. I mean, obviously I'm going to talk about topics that I'm an expert at, but I am not an expert at everything yet. I haven't mastered the universe yet. Give me a few more weeks. Yeah, but we're just trying to, we're going along too. We're just think of it as a peer learning. I wish you can talk back to us right now. We can have a conversation, but you can, write the comments down below. Any comments are good. Just don't harass us. That's all you can. I don't care. Negative comments are good. Positive comments are good. Just say what's up. Enter the conversation. Also, please click the like and subscribe button.
Yep.
Right here. Since this is recorded, I can do all these effects. Welcome to Soul Mech Podcast. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, they're gonna feel that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So topics really. So at least this is not. I'm just listing a few, but we're gonna get guests that are experts in their field to share perspectives. Really, the value you'll get is, and I guess I would say in anything in life, if you can change your perspective at all through any sort of thing, I think, is that will give you some value, And really, value is, I usually think value is utility, because I'm just like pragmatic like that. Some people would say, oh, value, it's got to be rare. But then you got to question, I mean, is it valuable because it's rare? Like, let's say we were stuck on an island, right? Well, we are. We're not stuck here.
But we are on an island.
We're on an island. But let's just say you had little resources, but you have gold. That's rare. But is there utility? But then you have, what's more valuable, gold or drinkable potable water?
Water.
Yeah.
Because what can you do with the gold at the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I don't want to get wax philosophical, but we're going to do the philosophy, practical philosophy. Like, that's one of the things what we like to talk about. Because it's practical, We can't really do much, We can't really poke you here and rough around with you. We got to just talk. We're just talking heads here. So philosophy is pretty perfect for that, Martial arts, I do martial arts a lot. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 16 years. Music, I'm going to talk a lot about, different hobbies that I consider are good hobbies. What else? General health and self-care. Again, we're not experts at everything. We're trying to go through our own journeys too. So this is kind of our way to put our feet to the fire too, I need to work on a lot of stuff in my life.
I do too. Yeah.
So don't, in terms of credibility, I get it. It's like, who are these guys to tell us what to do? We're not telling you what to do, okay? We're just doing our thing. Hopefully you want to join us in our journey. We're trying to be better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to know that there's other people that are going through the same things that you are.
Yeah.
And so that's how we learn also through other people's life experiences as well. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for this, is that we provide something that you can learn from and take from and get inspired by.
Yeah, exactly. And inspiration, just perspectives and ideas, Sometimes we'll just take it straight off Wikipedia. We'll just read Wikipedia to you, because you didn't have the thought to go to that page. I'm like, why don't you go to this page? And say, no, why don't you do it? I'll do it. I'll read it for you. It's like a bedtime story, I call this like a kid's show, but for adults, huh?
How do adult?
Yeah, how to adult.
How to adult.
Again, we will be. She is a teacher, by the way.
I am.
So you can't take the teaching out of it. Sometimes we will be teaching you straight up because some things I'm pretty damn good at. You gotta show you guys. I gotta show them, the children. And by children, I mean adults. Hopefully, you guys that are watching, the 13 of you, maybe more.
Hey.
Who knows?
And we appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah, our general purpose is to add value to your lives, really, through, promoting lifelong learning, hopefully being examples of that. We're going to show you some other stuff we've heard in the field. We got the Easter eggs. We'll call them Easter eggs. Every day here is Easter, and there's eggs. It's videos. Okay? Lifelong learning, self-improvement, and positive mindset, Who's our audience, by the way? Who are we aiming to? I aim for everybody, but honestly, let's be honest, right? Because there's some people who might gravitate towards this more, I think, I would guess, we can look at this is more like a bet right now,
A bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with myself, can I predict who's going to be watching this? Hopefully somebody, but who? The demographic. You think about that. We don't have to answer now. It's like they're already there. They know it if they look at themselves in the mirror. I don't know who it is. I hope I know. But you can see after. You get those analytics.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll check it out later. Hopefully, obviously, people around our demographic. I mean, we're like middle class. We're in our, say our age between, 20 to 40 something. That might be our age. Might not be. Because I didn't say we were anywhere there. Just,
Anyway.
Yeah. That's my guess,
Yeah.
Middle class, 30s, people. I guess I do have I think I have some followers that, I used to DJ. I used to be somebody cool.
Oh
DJs are cool.
Yeah, DJs are cool.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. DJs are cool.
Yeah. I guess I'm just going down this list now. We got, I just want to let you know the format of this show. Yeah, again, talking heads with our little Easter eggs. You'll see later. Today, I'm just going to list it for you. We got, what did we got here? I'm going to go down this list. What did we do? Oh, yeah. So I got some drone shots for you guys of Hawaii. It's, some historical views. It's very interesting. We got a little food review of two local restaurants.
Yeah. That was fun.
And we got a little, part about her trip to Philly for a conference. What was the conference called?
It was an ISTE conference, so educational technology.
Yeah,
so I was around technology. It was great.
Yeah. So that's another thing that we'll discuss. That's another topic that's going to be on our list for general topics of the show is technology. It's like I said, it's a modern day companion for the lifelong learner. Modern day meaning, technology is a huge part of it. So technological literacy is kind of paramount in our way of navigating today's world. If you relinquish that kind of puts you at a disadvantage, I would say. So being on top of that is it's what we're trying to do. And there's all kinds of stuff these days. We're at a really crazy crossroads, and she's going to talk about that because her conference that she went to had a lot of the AI stuff in education.
That was a hot topic.
Yeah, we'll touch on that. What else? We're just going down this list here. We got just some more music. Oh yeah, some jujitsu. Every episode, I'll be doing some sort of tutorial somehow. If jujitsu people watch this, hopefully you can get some value out of that. Even if it's kind of cool just to see some stuff. Also I do music. I play piano, and I play do some scratching. So sometimes I'll do some tutorials or just some little improvisation. Right? What else here? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's our Easter eggs. Stay tuned for them Easter eggs. Gonna be hot. Yeah. So, we're just gonna tell us about us. Tell us who you are,
Me
Trisha.
first? Okay, me
Yeah.
first. Okay, so I'm Trisha. You can call me Trish. I was born and raised here in Makakilo, so Kapolei
Mm-hmm.
area, but Makakilo was not part of Kapolei in the beginning. It was actually Eva Beach, but we can get into that later on. What else? I am an educator. I am a teacher, English teacher by heart, but I deal a lot with technology. I'm a yearbook advisor, so yeah, I get to take a lot of pictures and oversee the yearbook. And I also teach digital storytelling, and that is something that I want to create more of, and that's, perfect podcast, podcast. And so I'm a mom, so I'll be referencing my son a whole lot. I don't know if he'll like that, but yeah, I'll be referencing my son, because that's my little not so little man. But yeah, that's just me in a nutshell. I like to take Muay Thai. I just started. It's fun. I like sports, music, and I don't know. I just like connecting with people. So I hope you enjoy this podcast.
What are your main inspirations?
Mm.
Do you look up to? Do you read books or?
I read a whole lot. Yeah. I read a whole lot. I read science fiction. I like science fiction. A lot about dystopias. Yeah. I'm a girl that reads sci-fi. But I like classical literature too. English major, right? So I read a lot of Aristotle. Right now we're doing rhetoric. I don't know. I like to read.
Do you
Yeah.
So as an English, because I have an engineering background,
Okay.
English. Do you do a lot of philosophy studies in that? I don't know what at a certain point I don't know what that kind of liberal arts studies would entail.
Well, for English is a really cool subject, and I think a lot of people mistaken English as, we just read and we just write. But actually, we study the world, we study philosophy, we study history, because a lot of writing is tied to history.
Uh-huh.
Because of course, it went from oral tradition to writing it down, and that's the big thing in English. And so, when I was an English major at UH, I learned a lot about Hawaiian history, because a lot of the stories that we were reading tied back to Hawaiian history.
Yeah.
I studied women's studies because I had to study books in English. So honestly, English encompasses a whole lot of things. It's not just the canon of Shakespeare and Chaucer. It's everything. Nonfiction too. You can analyze nonfiction. It's a really interesting. It was a really interesting major, and if I have the time, I would get my PhD on in English, just because I like analyzing and looking at these things and connecting it to the real world. And I think that's important, because I think a lot of kids are like, I don't like English. I said, but if you connect English and make it relevant, people will enjoy reading, because if it's relevant to them and they can connect with it, and it's all about the connection.
Yeah.
That's how they'll be able to be like, okay, I like to do this.
I think the big hurdle with reading in general was just the actual reading part. I know it sounds stupid and redundant, but hear me out here. It's
Okay.
you got to put stuff in your face and read it with your eyes. Some people have bad eyes. Look, if you see my glasses, I don't know if you noticed this, but I got some really thick ass glasses here.
Yeah.
My eyes weren't really that good, so for me that was just kind of the physical hindrance to reading. What do you make of let's say the advent of Audible?
Audible?
Yeah.
I think wherever you can promote literacy
Yeah.
is good. And honestly, I prefer books because it's tactile, and I'm a tactile person. I like the touch of paper. But for people who don't like that,
Yeah.
and they can read on a screen and they're able to do it, that's fine. Just as long as they have that. Like, I think even Audible, like, if that's what they enjoy and if that promotes
Yeah, I think I'm
reading?
thinking of it from like a biological
Yeah,
standpoint,
yeah.
like in the sense that like I'm wondering, and this is just kind of a
Well-
rhetorical question. I think
I get what you're saying.
you know, like
Yeah.
that guy Andrew Huberman. You guys should watch that podcast, by the way. That's one of my biggest inspirations. But like, I'm not sure. I'm speculating whether or not a different modality would trigger different parts of your learning capability. You know what I mean?
I think it does
Yeah?
because I mean I can touch upon, like, when I write down notes with paper and pen, it's a whole different ballgame than typing it out. I mean, and it like, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know like
Yeah.
what part of the brain, but I do know that I remember things more when I write them down versus when I'm typing, because I can talk to you, type, and not remember what I type. And that's why, like, I feel like I'm the kind of teacher that I am. I'm very into technology, but I also have one foot in the old school paper and pen
Yeah.
type of learning, because of the memory and because of the part of the brain that writing and paper and tactile type of learning will trigger.
There's also that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think with writing, it might be a bit more of a spatial. You have more spatial control in terms of how you can map out your ideas. For instance, unless you're really good at, like, making all the indents and everything on the fly, then typing can be kind of a little bit linear. Unless, I mean, I guess it depends on your skill, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Because when you're writing, you have a little bit more of like a two-dimensional control. If you're gonna write and then you kind of do it in a different, even clustering your information differently on a page, it makes you think in a different way.
well,
You know?
a lot of well, if you go to some of, like, the educational conferences, a lot of them promote, like, doodling is a way of taking notes, like doodling on actual paper, not like on an iPad, just because for some reason people, and I, like I said, I'm not an expert, but you will remember better. Like when I used to study in college, I used to write my notes and then rewrite them, because if I don't remember the exact information, I'll remember where I wrote it, and then that was like, okay, and that'll trigger, okay, now I remember. So and that's why I always kind of encourage students to always, try and write it down. I mean, I know it's tiring, but like writing it down, I feel like will help people remember things a little better. And I'm not knocking computer, like taking notes on your computer. I'm not knocking that at all, because some people can study that way, but for some reason writing stuff down, it, like I said, biologically, or I don't know, it hits some part of your brain. It's more mindful. You're more mindful writing it rather than typing it. And when you're more mindful and you're in the moment, you'll more likely remember. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because I can talk to you and type, and then I'll be like, oh, what did I type? And then I don't remember. But because I can multitask and type stuff. But if I'm writing stuff down, sometimes, like, I won't, I'm focused on that. And then I'm like, okay, like I said, if I don't remember the exact information, I'll know where I wrote it down. So I'm like, okay, and then that triggers all these other things. And do I make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can go on and on about this, because, like,
There was one thing that's objective though about the screen thing.
Yeah.
About the screen, the one thing that I do know that is a fact that is applicable to everybody is the fact that you have flicker on the screen. So what happens when you have flicker, your eyes start to do mini saccades away. So if your eye starts to look away, your eyes get tired more quickly. So the fatigue will make you not able to concentrate as much on a rather than on a paper. It's just a simple thing like that, but it's not. There's nothing magical. I don't think there's anything magical about paper, or it's actually the magical crappiness of flickering. You know.
Well, that's actually another thing too, because can you imagine having all these students on the computer 8 hours a day in every single class? Because now schools have one-to-one computers, students and computers, and a lot of them use their computers to take notes. So, and then they watch videos for classes stuff. So can you imagine if they didn't have that break and they're on their computer for 8 hours? Well, they would be tired. But I'm tired looking at a computer doing all my work, and so I can imagine how they would feel. So I try to take breaks in class from the screen.
Yeah. Technology.
But I still love technology, though. I love technology.
Well, yeah, me too.
But I also think that there's ways of kind of being able to not regulate, but manage and control the amount of time that you're on the screen.
Speaking of the then and now, I like new technology, old technology, but we're gonna cut away right now to our first little Easter egg here. I did a little piece. It's a little then and now of the neighborhood that I live in, Hawaii Kai. Okay, we're talking about technology, the then, the old, and the new. Behold, Hawaii Kai.